Farmer Life family, here we are yet again. And here we're at the summer of 2012, and we've had a whole lot of healing protocols come through. We've planted a lot of seeds. People have left with all the knowledge that they can create. And some people leave really transformed, major healings. And one is here, Mr. Kevin Brady, another member of the Farmer Life family.
Thank you. Hello.
Take us back a little bit, like bring us to like what got you here. What,
okay. Well, it goes quite a ways back actually.
Tell us your story.
I'd say probably close to 10 years. I started having a lot of digestive issues.
Okay.
It started slowly. I didn't think much of it.
What were those?
At first it was just like a lot of bloating, constipation.
Yep.
And it wasn't nothing major. Kind of lived with it.
Sure.
Continued what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it progressively over the years got worse.
Okay.
Again, it was kind of still the same symptoms, but they were a little magnified.
A little more worse.
Exactly. So I just wasn't really making adjustments that I should have made. I tried varying my diet a little bit to no avail.
Well, generally people like at that, one of the biggest over-the-counter medicines is digestive pills.
Exactly.
So you probably you started with the Pepsid AC.
To be honest with you, I never went that route.
No, nice.
I never because I knew it was just a mask. It was just going to mask symptoms and.
Very good.
But I did take some herbal stuff, herbal cleansing, but I never really did it enough. I would buy this stuff, try it for a week, and say, okay, that didn't work, and then I just moved on to the next thing. I can't tell you how many hundreds or even thousands of dollars I spent on herbals over the years. But over the years it got worse and worse, to the point where I was having a difficult time even working.
Wow.
Luckily I was never diagnosed with anything.
Mm-hmm.
I did go to the doctor once. I had to go to the emergency room. That's another story in itself, which we can get into if you want.
Sure.
But I was never diagnosed with, say, Crohn's or colitis or anything like that.
Okay.
I never really had pain. It was just the bloating, the constant pressure here. Gas, forget about it. But the constipation was just, I would say, the worst.
Yeah.
But it was just a general feeling of sickness.
Right.
A lot of brain fog, that was a major symptom.
Sure.
And then I kind of attributed that over the years to candida, among other things. But it got to the point, I'd say the first 5 years I was able to, function. I was still going out, socializing.
Yeah.
Kept a job.
Kind of pushing yourself through.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I don't know, I'd say about 5 years ago, it was really starting to, make life difficult.
Yeah.
Even like the last year, year or two at my job, I really had to pull myself together just to get in to go to work.
Right.
So it was a struggle. Just get me through this day, and I'll try and get through the next day.
Yeah. And what was your diet like?
Well, that's just it. My diet was, the funny thing was I knew what I should be eating, but I just couldn't.
Just want to eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I would eat that. I would eat what I needed to eat, but I would also put junk on top of it.
Yeah, right.
So in essence, my diet was pretty much garbage.
Mm-hmm. The salad with ranch dressing, or
the blue cheese dressing.
Blue cheese, or honey mustard.
You got it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd eat an apple and think I was doing great things. Then I'd be having some chocolate cake an hour later.
Yeah.
So my diet in essence was garbage.
Yeah.
Plus I was drinking beer and not a tremendous, but I would have maybe 1 or 2 beers a day.
Sure.
But if it did come down to me having candida, that was the worst thing I could have been doing.
Sure. And absolutely, it just kind of expounded upon that.
Exactly.
And your job, you were a stockbroker, right? You had a pretty high stress job.
Well, I was doing that when I first started. When I first started having the problem. I did that probably 8 years prior to when this all began.
Okay, right.
And then once this began, I did that for maybe another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went into the restaurant business.
I see.
I was managing a restaurant and a bar.
Okay.
So that was kind of stressful in itself, that job, because I was working ridiculously long hours, 6 days a week. I was literally eating my meals standing up.
Yeah, it's tough to be connected with those restaurant jobs.
Exactly.
Really hard.
You got 10 minutes here. You got to eat now. Standing up.
Exactly.
We'll sit down and get back to work.
Yeah.
So that was part of it. But the funny thing, all along, I was reading a lot of stuff on natural healing.
Yeah, you did during the month you were here. You were teaching me a lot of stuff. All the books and stuff. You learned a lot.
I learned a lot. My problem was not putting it into practice. So I mean, I was reading. I can't tell how many books I read. I'm saying, okay, this is going to be fantastic. This is going to cure me. You know, it didn't work because I wasn't putting in the effort.
I think a lot of times people will read the books though, and they're like, yeah, they don't believe. It's a belief, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to really work. But then you came here.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Well, I got to the point where the seed was planted probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Where I knew I needed support.
Yeah.
I was even looking at raw foods back then, but I just knew I couldn't do it by myself.
Yeah.
I was living in an environment where, you know, I would not get support from the people I was living with. They were eating nothing but junk. They would say, "Oh, you're crazy. You can't. That's not going to work." You know, I know you've been there too.
Absolutely.
So I really started thinking, I need to go away somewhere. You know, go to a retreat or some. I even thought of just renting a cabin or a cottage by myself.
Good.
Bring my juicer.
Isolate yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
At first.
So that started going through my mind. Plus I was living in a very stressful situation.
Yeah.
I was dealing with with an elderly mom with some dementia.
Yeah.
So that added to stress. So I said I'm really not in a healing environment.
Right.
So a mutual friend, Teresa, who was also here now, she kind of mentioned this place to me, and at the time I said, that sounds great, but going to Costa Rica, that's a little too much.
So it's too extreme.
It's too extreme, yeah. So then I started looking at the place. I started looking at your website.
Mm-hmm.
Started looking at YouTube videos, and I said, this sounds like it might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Watched a few more videos, and finally I said, you know what the hell, let's do this. And,
Nice.
And it was very affordable, because I did it with somebody else. It made it even more affordable.
Yeah, as we know, the mission is affordability here, and if you share a cabin with someone, it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Basically, what is that, like $700 a month, $800 a month?
Incredibly.
More or less, if you share a cabin, that's $800 a month, and for a full month.
Including food.
Yeah, including the food, everything, the whole thing, the coaching, everything. And by yourself, it's $1,500, so it's
Still
so cheap.
Yeah. You go anywhere else, it's going to be in the thousands.
Yep, definitely.
So, so here I am.
Look, okay, so we got you on a program. I know one of the things that you said that the colonics, the first 4 or 5 days that you were here, you did colonics. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes.
Those really opened you up.
They helped tremendously. Huge part of my healing. A big part of what I had was, over the years, I've always felt a very tightness here, like there was some kind of obstruction.
Yeah.
I had a CAT scan, which I now regret, which showed absolutely nothing, no obstruction. So I knew it was just some kind of, whether it be old, just food or gas,
some fermented pocket of something.
Yeah, something was trapped. I even felt tenderness here. This is going on years.
Yeah.
So I've done in the past. I've done some coffee enemas. Even just plain water enemas. I had a couple of colonics, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So here, we discussed colonics, and
Yeah.
it made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, you did four in a row, and generally when people come here, we put them on a protocol, especially if they're high toxic load. We got to get that stuff out.
Exactly.
And you felt fantastic right after those.
Right. I immediately started on the raw food, and then went right into the colonics. I knew from the first colonic, just the stuff that was coming out was just unending. And I'm a thin guy.
Yep.
So it's not like where is this coming from?
It's pretty amazing when stuff comes in. When you do a colonic too, it's pretty you're like, whoa, I'm glad I'm here. I need to make some changes. When you smell that crap that comes out and you see it in the toilet and it's all black and you're like, whoa, what? I need to make some lifestyle adjustments.
Exactly. Even after the fourth one, these were 4 consecutive days in a row.
Yeah.
You figure by then, all right, it's all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Even on the 4th day, it was still coming out.
Wow.
And that's after being on 4 days of just raw food and juice.
Fruits, green juices.
Exactly.
Still moving through you.
Still.
Yeah.
And I think I released also a lot of candida in that process.
Absolutely.
So I would say that's when I really started to feel a turnaround after that 4th day, along with the raw foods. I said, you know what, I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to, the brain fog is going away. That wasn't completely gone.
Yeah. No.
I feel it's subsiding. I'm getting a little bit of my energy back. This tenderness or pressure is greatly alleviated. So I said, all right, I know I'm definitely on the right track here.
Yeah, so basically, we had you on doing a couple green juices a day, really, you know, organic fruits and vegetables,
Yes.
right?
Exactly.
You're walking around the farm barefoot.
Yep.
You're meditating, and you're an athletic guy, right? And when you came here, you told me like you just really had to stop athletics.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Come by the second week, what did you start doing?
Right. Well, that even go before that. I mean,
Yeah.
the week before I came here, I felt probably as sick as I've ever felt.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to get on the airplane. That's how sick I felt.
Wow. Man.
Then, like you said, 2 weeks later, after my second week here, I started doing some hiking. In the forest right here, which leads into a farm to some fantastic waterfalls.
Fantastic, and it's a pretty tough hike. It's not super easy.
It is, especially if you're not
feeling good.
Right. And
Yeah.
plus, I haven't really done much physical activity in the last couple of years, so my wind wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I would say the first time I did this hike, I was huffing and puffing. It was strenuous.
But the fact that you can even do it is awesome.
Right. I mean, I did, yeah, exactly. And I mean, coming back, a good part of this is coming uphill.
Yep.
So it's like being on the Stairmaster for an hour.
Exactly. Yep.
So since then I've done this same hike, I think 4 times.
Yeah.
Each time I progressively felt my wind coming back.
That's amazing.
By the 4th time, I got to, because our cameraman Frank was also there,
Frankie.
so he's a witness to this.
Yeah.
The 4th time, I wasn't even breathing hard. I mean, the first few times I was stopping maybe every 20 feet, just to catch my breath. By the last time, I was just like, I was going. And I felt amazing after that. And it was probably the best I felt physically in years.
Yeah.
I felt, I mean, I was close to my old self
amazing.
as I've been in 10 years, easily.
Close to his old self in 10 years. That's what this place was, Farmer Life was built for, I mean, close to yourself in 10 years. That's truly amazing. So here we got a transformation. So he leaves tomorrow, and you're going back to New York, right?
Correct.
And I know you're going to move here in a couple months to Athens, which is an old stomping grounds of myself. Which I didn't go to UGA, but I lived in Atlanta for 8 years, and I loved that little town. And so, what do you plan on doing there? You learn a lot of new stuff here. How are you going to plug it back in?
Well, that's just it. I mean, I've come this far. I've seen amazing, just profound results.
Yeah, you know now. Now you know. Before you didn't believe it. That's why you didn't jump in. But now you know that it works.
There's no doubt. I mean, I'm a different person.
Yeah.
Physically and even mentally, because a lot of this is mental. I mean, which you've been a tremendous help with that as well.
Thank you.
So I'm not going to leave here and go back to my old habits.
Awesome.
There's not a chance in hell I'm doing that. I'm just going to continue what I've done. I mean, I can't say I'm never going to eat a cooked meal, but I'm going to continue to do basically, vast majority of raw juicing, exercise, meditation.
Being around like-minded people, right? You're going to find groups in your area, the Athens area.
Big part of it.
Mind, body, and spirit, they're kind of like-minded. That is a big part of it.
Yeah. That's another thing about just being here. I mean, you're surrounded by just amazing people. I mean, yourself, your volunteers, the guests
awesome.
that have been here. I mean, it's nothing but love and support.
Absolutely. People are here and they got stuff, and we're working on it.
Exactly.
We're working on to heal the mind, body, and spirit.
It's just amazing. I mean, I can't say enough about that and how much it's helped. If somebody's down, there's always somebody there to pick you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been helped that way. Other people have been helped that way.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to continue to do what I've been doing.
That's awesome.
Hopefully, like I said, I wouldn't say I'm 100%. I would easily say I'm 80%.
That's awesome.
And
1 month, 80%.
It's only 30 days. So I figure, who knows? It may take another month, a few more months, but I know I'll get to 100%
easily
if I continue this. And now I'm feeling well enough and mentally well enough to do it.
Yeah. I mean, imagine 80% in 1 month now, and now you know too, because what we do here at the Farm of Life is we teach people, hey, you don't need to come, you come down here to learn this stuff, but then you can plug it in anywhere in the world that you want.
Exactly.
And so you're going to be going to Athens, you're going to plug this in, and you're going to get well. You're going to be 100% well.
Exactly. I've even been posting on some of my on the internet to some of my friends, what I've been doing. They know I'm here. They know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
They may not understand it,
right?
But I've been posting, telling my friends that I've seen profound results, because they know I've been sick for close to 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm telling them, I'm feeling just incredibly better, and they're like, "Wow, what have you been doing?" And I just tell them I'm just doing nothing but raw foods, meditating, getting out in nature, getting sun, and they're just, wow.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll plant the seed.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You'll go back and you'll inspire others. You know, that's what we want to happen. You know, you go back and say, hey, look, this works. You know, and then some people, when they see how, you know, how much more vibrant you are, I mean, it's amazing. It truly is amazing. The very first day that you walked in here, and now the energy that you're giving off is completely different.
Right.
I mean, you look 10 years younger.
I feel it.
I mean, you got this gray beard going on, it doesn't even make a difference.
I didn't have the beard when I came here, but
yeah, but like I said, I mean, you look, I mean, just the energy that you're radiating is just way, I mean, your face, the color, and everything. You look 10 years younger.
Thank you, thank you. I feel 10 years younger. I mean, I know I'm going to get you feeling, you know, even better than that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I have no doubt.
Yeah.
And
just keep it rolling.
It's just once you feel results, you say, okay, this works. There's no denying it. This works. And I'm convinced this is probably really the only way to get healthy.
To reconnect. Yep. Reconnect in the mind, reconnect the body, reconnect with one's soul and one's spirit. Absolutely.
And I think it can.
You'll have a complete turn then.
I mean, I can go into other symptoms that I've had. I mean, some other minor things have cleared up.
Sure.
Like, I mean, I had I think I mentioned to you I was having leg cramps.
Yep. Really bad leg cramps.
Devastating. Like, I would say for 5 years. I mean, every single night, I'd be jumping out of bed doing a little dance. You know, I tried, you know, supplements. Nothing happened there. I'm here. I have not had one cramp since I've been here.
That's amazing.
I'm eating a ton of bananas.
And that's because of the potassium-sodium ratios in your body are correct.
I mean,
and that it completely eliminates cramping.
100%. I have not had one, not even close to having one. So that's just another amazing healing aspect that I've had here.
Well, here we go. Yet another Farmer Life family member, Kevin Brady, is going back to the United States, really feeling a lot better, and that makes the farm feel good.
Great.
Best of luck to you, and stay in touch with us.
Oh, I definitely will. I'd hope to come back.
All right, you better.
All right.
Okay, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Brian.
Farm Life.